Are you stuck in the underperforming pension trap? You know how you read in the newspapers almost weekly that pensions are not performing, the charges are too high, and no one will have enough money to retire. In fact, most of the news about pensions is not good. If you believed everything you read in the newspapers, you'd be forgiven for believing that pensions were a bad idea. In my experience as a financial advisor, the information that we read in newspapers is pretty much an understatement of the real problem. This is really important because if pensions don't grow properly, we're not going to have enough money to live on when we get to retirement. To put that into perspective, if your investments achieve an extra 1% of return a year over 10 years, in simple terms that means 10% more income in retirement. Now clearly we don't want our investment returns to improve by just 1% a year. So imagine how you'd feel if you could improve the performance by 2 to 3% a year. What we're talking about is having 20 to 30% more income in retirement without having to put any more money into your pension. So what is it about pensions that is causing such big problems? Well, there are a few problems which have led to many people switching off from pensions. Many people believe that the pension charges they are paying do not offer good value. Many people are reluctant to review their pensions as they're unsure what to do for the best. Many pension funds have not performed well for many years. Additionally, many people do not know how much risk they're taking with their pension investments. Most people do not have their pension plans regularly reviewed by a professional financial advisor. And many people have several different pension plans and it's difficult for them to get an overview. Understandably, many people are very worried that they do not know the answers to these questions. The reality is this: most of us are just too busy and don't have the time or the know-how to sort this out. And if we're really honest about it, many of us are unsure how we're going to pay for our retirement years. So how did we end up here in the first place? You probably met a financial advisor many years ago who told that you should start planning for your retirement. Of course, it makes sense to plan for the future. The advisor probably recommended that you invested an amount every month and explained to you the benefits of tax relief. So what about fund performance? Most people are unsure where to invest their money, so it was more than likely that you ended up invested in a managed or a with profits fund. A great deal of money is still invested in these types of funds, but the golden rule of investing is this: never keep all your eggs in one basket. The best way to protect and grow your pension investment is by spreading your money across a number of funds, not just in one fund. So am I taking too much or too little risk? There are different levels of risk, and it's possible to measure how much risk you're taking to work out whether you are taking too much or too little risk. The problem which most investors face is they do not know how much risk they are taking, and they do not know what returns they are getting either. So what should you do about your pension? We have designed a 6-step process to make sure your pension is working properly for you. This has been designed to make sure that you have a proper investment strategy in place for the money that you already have invested. The first step of the pension review is to find out exactly where you are now. So we need to assess your current situation. We need to know everything about your current pension and ask the pension companies many questions to establish exactly where you are now. We need to know where your money is invested, what your pension is worth, what risk you're taking, what returns you've made over the last 5 years, whether your pensions include any guarantees, and many more questions. We also need to understand your objectives so that we can be sure that your pensions are working properly. To do this, we need to understand your attitude to risk and a detailed understanding of your current situation. This helps us guide you in the most suitable direction. A review of your current pensions is carried out to establish exactly where you are right now. All this information helps us establish whether your pensions are working for you. This is done so that we can be sure that you have an investment strategy specifically for you. If necessary, we will put together a future plan for you. Once we've established exactly where you are now, we can put together a proper plan and an investment strategy that matches your future goals and objectives. We will produce an individual report for you that covers where you are now and how we recommend that you proceed forward. We'll show you a clear strategy designed to ensure that you make the most of your pension investments. Now that we've established what you need to do to get your pension investments working properly, we'll put your plan into action. Dealing with pension companies can at times be consuming, so we will deal with all of this for you so that you do not have to worry about it. Once your future plan is in place, it's essential to keep your plan under regular review. This is to ensure that your pensions investments remain on track. Every 3 months your investments will be reviewed and we will update you on the progress of your investments. The regular reviews are to ensure that your plan remains on track and any new opportunities are identified and acted upon. So what should you do next? Well, don't delay. Get your pension reviewed today and find out what options are available to you. Call us today to make sure your retirement plans are on track and working for you. You can contact us at financialplanning@miadvice.co.uk or visit our website at www.miadvice.co.uk or call us on 01902 742 221. Midlands Investment Agency Limited are authorised and regulated by the Financial